Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our first episode of what we could call Zero Gravity Madness. Is that what you guys want to call the podcast?
Or oatmeal.
Sure.
I mean,
Zero Gravity Oatmeal.
you already went on this whole oatmeal thing,
That
so
that doesn't make any
I
sense.
was definitely thinking we could have a section called Oatmeal,
Yes.
okay.
Definitely.
where we just go crazy.
I guess we could just go with
Alright, so
I mean-
all one of you who are going to be listening to this, that's not either me, Blood Cooker, or J Mole. We're all gonna introduce ourselves. I'll go first. My name is Kyler, but you may know me as Elusive Shark. I do most of the Let's Plays. Actually, you know what? The most content that I've posted on our channel is Let's Plays. I am in charge of the Let's Plays for Dead Space. I do have a few columns, but those suck. I wouldn't recommend watching them. So first off, to introduce ourselves, we're gonna go over a few things. No,
like
why
my
are you
name.
putting there.
Are we gonna go? Are we gonna go over that?
First off, you're gonna go over games you like to play, music you like to listen to, and things you like to put in your mouth.
Okay, all right.
So I'll start. Well, actually, let's introduce ourselves, and then I'll go first. Will, would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, now that half of my name is already given away, I am Will. You may know me as Blood Cooker.
Dude, you got some terrible bit rate going on. Fix your mic.
Dude, your
What?
microphone sounds like what Minecraft looks like.
All right, is it any better by any chance?
No.
No. Well, I'm telling you, I have some major beefs.
There you go.
Hey, I didn't actually do anything, so we're good. Okay, well, my name is Will. You may know me as Blood Cooker. And are we actually doing the whole, like, yeah, okay.
Just introduce yourself and your online alias and what you're important for.
Oh, I'm responsible for all of these StarCraft videos that are up on Zero Gravity Gaming's channel.
All right, introduce yourself, third person,
Right.
who we don't know who you are.
Okay, well, I'm the third person, and you don't know who I am. But in case you're the one person that already knows who I am, my name is Josh. Some of you might know me as J-Mole Cavalier, and I'm responsible for everything else that's not a Let's Play or StarCraft.
Yeah, he does a lot of Call of Duty stuff, mostly. Although he's
Yeah.
probably going to change that. Anyways, all right, so our three questions, which we went over earlier. First for me, games I like to play. Personally, I'm more of an RPG guy, but I do also play a lot of first-person shooters. I try to tone down how many RPGs that I play just plainly because it gets bad.
Yeah.
I know this isn't a ton, but I have well over 100 hours logged.
You have 100 hours of lag?
Yeah, I have 100
That
hours.
sucks.
Dude, I would recommend a new internet provider.
No, I've logged over 100 hours of gameplay on Dragon Age alone, not to mention other RPGs that I've played. So I generally try and stay away from MMOs. That's bad. Music that I like to listen to. I am a more European style guy. Music that I specifically like to listen to would have to be dance, techno, trance, and specifically also hardstyle. Hardstyle, look it up. It's exciting.
It's hard.
Josh, quit your laughing.
Yes, it's awesome music. It just takes some getting used to. And things that I like to put in my mouth.
I'm not sure why that ended up on that list.
Hey, you know what? That's better than the other two things that ended up on this list.
Don't worry. There's a reason mouth is highlighted, so I think. Continue.
Oh, no, that's bad. You're a horrible person. Anyways, for those of you who can't see, I'll post this doc in the link in the description of this video. So you can see this madness that went on before we started this podcast. But things that I like to put in my mouth. I like chewing on pencils.
That's weak
That's
dude.
entertaining. That's good.
No,
Kyle.
dude, I'm serious. People will loan me pencils in school, and I'll find myself chewing on them. And be like,
What?
oh, wait, this is not my pencil. I should probably
Dude,
not.
okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make this a little less weird. One of my favorite things to chew on is Starburst.
Hey, you're going out of turn.
You might have heard of them before. They're kind of yummy.
Okay, fine. Since you already broke turn, it's your turn.
Dude, this is not like. I'm sorry.
We gotta have a little bit of structure to this. This can't just be complete.
Structure? What's that?
Okay, you know what? Whatever.
Okay.
All right,
All right. Go for it.
Josh. Josh.
Did we lose him again?
Fine. Since Josh is not here, Will, why don't you go over the 3 questions?
Hey,
All right.
hey.
Hey, you know, you missed your turn. You get to wait till after.
So here's the little things about myself. Games I like to play. I am a huge RTS junkie. In case you didn't realize, StarCraft 2 was an RTS. I'm a huge RTS junkie. I also love first-person shooters, and I do play RPGs every once in a while, but they're definitely not my favorite. Music I like to listen to, very similar to Kyler's, except for a little more upbeat, faster, and not hardstyle, for the most part. I mean, I like some hardstyle songs.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong here, but and things I like to put in my mouth. Well, you know, graham crackers, and I guess food in general. But I also like putting my ring into my mouth. I don't know why, but I just do.
Are you engaged?
No.
Okay, just clearing that up.
No, because if I was engaged, I think I would be very happy. But I'm not always that happy. So
Okay, I would like to point out that you're the only person in this group that actually plays D&D.
that is true. So
What the-
that kind
what
of that kind of goes against what I said earlier.
I just play a little bit of RPGs.
Okay, well, I do play some RPGs, okay, and D&D is fun, okay, because it's not my fault my roommates set it up, and they're like, hey, Will, you want to come play D&D? I'm like, sure, I'll bring my level 10 mage over and play. I mean...
Okay, that's enough. All right, Josh. You may
Okay,
introduce yourself
so
now.
I already covered the things I like to put in my mouth. I really, really like putting large, meaty hot dogs in my mouth often. Additionally, I would like to add that I like to chew on golf tees when I'm golfing.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, okay. So, now, games that I like to play. Mostly I play first-person shooters, but lately I have been on, like, kind of some kind of kick that involves playing awesome single-player, like Assassin's Creed and Grand
Action
Theft Auto.
adventure?
Sure, you know what? I'm not into all these abbreviated genres. I just play games that look cool. And music I like to listen to. I'm not really into this whole European thing. There's definitely some music that Kyler and Will like to listen to that I like as well, but I'm a lot more into dubstep and really just any song that's got a good bass beat and doesn't have an annoying singer on top of the music.
So you still like a lot of stuff that me and Will like.
Some of it's annoying, but some of it's good.
Okay. Anyways, okay, I would like to clarify something going on. We have some videos going on in the background of the podcast due to Josh's input on this. He decided that we should have some videos going in the background. This could be like a video podcast, even though you can't see us talking to each other. So currently what's going on is we have us three that we were playing Smash Bros. Melee, and Josh is player 1, I am player 2, and Will is player 3. So you can see that going on in the background.
Basically, whoever's Link, that's me.
Peach for the win, or Pikachu.
You definitely did not play Peach the
Yes,
entire
I
time.
did. Most of the time.
No, you played it 2 games.
That happened to be most of the time, right?
I think we played 5. That's less
Oh.
than most of the time. You know what? Whatever. Anyways, so that's what's going on in the background. It's just to keep you entertained. We can have some pictures cycling through. But that was just the idea. But anyways, so let's use this gaming in the background as a segue. We are a gaming channel, so we like to talk about gaming stuff. I found some news that we could talk about. Let's go on the first thing on our list. Bethesda suing Mojang. In case you don't know and you live under a rock,
That's me.
Mojang is the creator of Minecraft.
Oh, that's not me.
So, you want to start us off? What your thoughts are, Will?
Well, see, I don't exactly know what's going on, even though
Okay.
the link is right there.
Well,
Okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and take care of this then. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, Bethesda is the studio behind Oblivion and Fallout, and it's kind of confusing because there's Bethesda and then there's Bethesda Softworks, and it gets kind of iffy in who's actually suing who here. Mojang is a company that makes Minecraft, headed by Marcus Persson. They're working on a new game called Scrolls, and since Bethesda has
The Elder Scrolls.
the rights to the Elder Scrolls, Oblivion, and Skyrim, they thought it would be fun to invade Mojang's personal space.
To violate them, as you like to say.
Oh, okay.
That's a nice everything you got over there.
Well, okay, so I guess should I share my immediate thoughts about it?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's kind of pushing it. Like, first of all, from what I know, they're not using the Elder Scrolls. They're just using the Scrolls. So I don't see what the big deal is there. I think Bethesda just wants some free money. Because suing is the best way to get free money, if you did not know.
Well, dude, I don't know. I'm hoping...
I disagree with that. Bank robbery is another very good option.
Fine, you beat me on that one.
Well, no, dude, okay, so here's my thoughts. I'm hoping that Bethesda's not being a douchebag. Like, I'm really hoping. I'm hoping that what Notch is thinking is that they're not just being douchebags and their lawyers are being pushy. I hope that's what's going on, but I don't know. And also, Notch has been making really good light of this, as he posted on Twitter, I have signed a contract with Orson Scott Card, and we are now calling the game The Ender Scrolls. For those of you who don't know, Orson Scott Card is an author who wrote Ender's Game and various other stuff. That's what's going on. So Notch is doing good about it. I hope. Bethesda, please don't be douchebags. I like your studio. I don't want to have you turn into an Activision for me. That'd be awesome.
Don't even say the name of that company, dude.
All right. Did you want to say anything about this, Josh?
Well, I mean, I kind of like piggyback on your idea that Bethesda's kind of like, oh, hey, look, it's a company that's doing well. We should sue them. Like, I really hope that that's not the case, and it's just kind of like they just kind of put out a random search for, any new games that had any of the words in their title in them that could cause any confusion, although...
So they're going to start suing every company that has the word "the" in their title.
No, obviously not just Elder and Scrolls, but I think it really shows to light the situation. Notch retweeted a guy that said he called up a game shop and asked them if they were taking pre-orders on the new Elder Scrolls, and he didn't know what he was talking about until he said Skyrim. So I think I think they're kind of pushing their limits, and Scrolls is not really like the defining name in their games. And I haven't played Oblivion or Skyrim, so I wouldn't really know. I just think that, Mojang is a company that's having success under very minimal employees, and they created a great game that's kind of a cult hit with gamers of our generation. I think that's just something that they should let be. They should accept it and try to enjoy it just like the rest of us do.
Okie dokie. All right, so on the note of suing, we're going to talk about a little bit of technology. So, as you've heard, Apple is suing the hell out of everyone else, particularly HTC and Samsung. They've already got the Samsung Galaxy Tab banned in Europe, and they're trying to get it banned in the US. And
I did not know that. I'm going to click on that link now.
This is because all of the new tablets that are coming out, correct?
Yes.
So that includes like HP, Samsung.
They haven't sued HP yet, even though they're...
That's because HP's tablet just came out a little while ago.
That's good.
Okay.
Dude, the touchpad looks like an exact clone of the iPad.
Dude, every tablet looks like an exact clone of the iPad.
Okay, the reason why there's Apple is suing Apple is restricting sales, or actually eliminating sales of the Galaxy Tab, why it got limited in Europe, is because they were claiming that, the Galaxy Tab looks exactly like the iPad. And actually, cool article is, I will link this to you. You guys can find these links in the show notes, which I'm already said I'm posting them in the thing. But apparently, Apple did a little photoshopping in their evidence in court. So they look...
Go figure.
So the Galaxy Tab looks really close to the thing in the picture, but in reality, it doesn't. It's a good inch and a half longer. Lol.
So
Dude,
it's
okay, you know what? This is not exactly quite on the topic. Like,
Oops.
personally, I do not understand why you get a 7-inch tablet. Because the original Samsung Galaxy Tab was a 7-inch tablet. That's just like basically an enlarged phone. Why would you spend your money on that?
I don't know.
Hey, people want mini TVs that
Dude,
they can touch.
I'm
Right?
honestly not impressed with the iPad. I don't know if you've heard me rant about it, but
Like, seriously, it's just an enlarged version of your phone that's really awkward to make calls on. I really don't understand the benefit in getting one.
okay. Well, I will explain that to you. We can always go on a side note, but actually the extra screen space is really helpful because I don't know if you've tried browsing the internet on your phone and then versus my iPad. It's actually significantly better having it on a 9-inch screen than it would
I
on like a 4.
Like, are you talking about like scrolling pictures or like reading an article?
Like reading articles, I guess you could do watching videos, which I do a lot,
Well,
but mostly
like,
reading articles and stuff.
I would have to agree, but I don't know if your iPod automatically fits text to screen because that's what my phone does, so I don't have a problem with it at all.
Eh,
Well,
personal preference, really. All
here's
right.
my opinion, I guess. Just on general thing. Like, basically, it seems like the iPad and the general items following suit. It's basically like a really simple to turn on, easy to use laptop that's even more portable than a laptop. It doesn't have like your standard computer features, like an actual desktop. I mean, in a sense, it has like your app
Yeah.
thing, but it seems like a really easy way to read a book, so you don't have to pull out a big clunky computer, look up some pictures really fast, do IM or whatever. It's basically, to me, it seems like a really useful mini laptop.
That's exactly what it is, and that's exactly what I use mine for.
So it's
I'm not.
basically a convenience feature for people that have the money to drop on it,
Yes.
Yes.
that can't handle using it on their phone.
Okay, you definitely did not hear me on the extra screen space is
Dude,
helpful.
extra screen, yeah, but it's personal preference. So if you've already got a smartphone and you're like, oh, I think I need something bigger to do
I
like
don't.
these 3
You
things
know
better.
what? I'm done arguing with you on this because you don't understand. The extra. I've already.
Okay, all right.
Next
So back to
story.
the Galaxy tab.
Oh, okay.
From what I'm looking at right now, I just Googled Galaxy tab, and it looks fairly similar, but I don't think it's something worth suing over. Like, if you're gonna sue the Galaxy Tab, you might as well just sue everybody who has a tablet. Which,
Yeah.
if they're doing that, I think that's a little overkill.
They probably are going to. After they finished raping HTC and Samsung at the same time, they're gonna be like, "Hey,
But I guess the thing is, have they won those suits yet? Or
uh, the suits are currently in process. Apple's won a few victories, but they're just suing. But like,
well, they're becoming one of those companies, especially during times like this, where basically you can get more money, and I think
okay,
it's
Apple
kind of a
doesn't need
fast
any
way.
money. Apple currently has more money than the U.S. government to spend.
Well, we can't necessarily say that.
Yes, they do. The government has, I think it's like a $43 billion budget, and Apple currently is sitting on like about $48 billion worth of revenue.
Yeah, although that's neglecting like all the pays you have to do with Army and whatnot. But that's a different story. I think Apple just wants more money, like
What?
every other company out there.
I think they're just trying to get rid of competition.
Which,
Anyways,
why
could
would
be
you get
too.
rid of competition except for more money?
fine. Touche.
Okay, next.
All right, next, Steam and EA. To sum up what's going on, is Steam has been taking down some of EA's games because apparently EA has been violating their rights, or their terms of use, not their rights. And EA is now deciding that they're not going to be having Battlefield 3 on Steam. They're going to be releasing with their Origins. Anybody have thoughts on that?
Just get it for the
Wow,
360.
I did not realize that.
What about the people who want to? Okay, Josh, let me
I
explain to you.
know, there's
On the
64
PC,
players. I
you
know.
can get
Dude,
64 players, and the maps are huge.
I'm
I
very much
really think the console players are missing out. Personally, I'm probably going to get it for the console, just
Now,
because that's what my friends play, but
now here's my question.
yes.
What caused this discrepancy?
Discrepancy?
What game was it that?
Like,
Crisis 2.
Yeah.
So what happened? Like, why are they so angry at each other?
They say they're not angry at each other, but their actions are proving that they probably are. EA's just like, oh, it's too bad Steam's taking our stuff down, and Steam's like, well, they're violating our terms of service. I think their terms of service were like they can't have it on like other digital providers and stuff like that.
Oh,
That's to be exclusive to Steam, and it wasn't.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I may be wrong, but
well, I don't blame him. And when I say I mean EA. I don't blame EA for not wanting to go with Steam, even though I have to say Steam is a very great gaming network system.
Steam is a great tool, but if that's where your life revolves, I
That's
mean,
a problem.
I like what Notch tweeted about is that Steam is not the only distributor that you can buy from. Personally, some of the stuff that Steam does kind of annoys me. Don't get me wrong, I love Steam to death. They have awesome sales and stuff like that. But their offline mode is kind of annoying, and it's like you got to deal with other stuff. But they also have a bunch of other really cool features, like their cloud storage. That's fun. If I want to play Plants vs Zombies on my one of my computers, and then move to a different one and play the same game,
Yeah.
that's nice. Because I've had to beat that game 3 times now. Anyways, I don't know. I think it's really too bad they're having troubles, but you know what? I'm not a large company. If they decide to get pissed at each other, it's gonna get nasty.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Agreed. 'Cause they're two huge companies, and if they're angry at each other, then something really bad's gonna happen. Because EA holds a ton, a huge what am I trying to say? They're like
I have no idea.
Activision in a sense. They
They
hold
hold a
bunch
lot of
games.
rights. Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
They hold a bunch of games under their hands. And Steam does the same thing. We could, if they get really angry at each other, see a huge split in the gaming industry. But I don't think. I mean, we already have a bunch of splits, so I don't think it's going to be, like devastating to our gaming community.
All right. Well, okay. Just so you guys know, as a time reference, we are currently sitting at 22 minutes
Jeez.
around there. So we should probably hurry this up a little bit, just because I don't want people who listen to this to get bored or to have to deal with this massive file that I'm going to have to upload. Anyways,
Okay.
so Josh, did you want to say anything real quick, or you just agree with our points?
You know, I don't really use my computer for gaming,
Okay, so
I don't
it
really
doesn't
have
matter.
much to add.
That's too
Okay.
bad. Okay.
Next.
Uh,
Rovio valued at 1.2 billion. Now, give us the lowdown on what's going on here, because people like me who don't really look at the news don't really know what's going on.
I hate Rovio. That's why I put that in. I'm just pissed that such a stupid company is valued for so
You
much
know,
money.
I don't think that they're worth that.
They're dumb.
Oh, Angry Birds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
truthfully, what do you think? They probably sold like 10 million copies
Oh,
of it
God.
on the App Store.
Here, let me Google it.
Well, see, in my thinking, if you make a game that people can do while they're bored, I mean, because who has not heard of Angry Birds? It's
Okay.
kind of like the next Google. In a
So
sense.
this article, okay, guys. So this article was from May, and they've sold over 2 million copies of Angry Birds for the iOS device alone.
Okay, well, that's $2 million. It's free on Android, plus ad revenue is probably, I mean, that's not that much income. They had an absolutely stunning hit in Angry Birds, whether you like it or not. I just
don't
don't
like it.
see them ever making another game even close to as good or addicting.
Agreed.
Dude, all they make is Angry Birds. They got like Angry Birds Seasons.
Yo.
Yeah, Angry Birds Rio.
I mean, I cannot understand how you could acquire that company for 1.2 billion and expect to make that money back.
Mhm.
Nobody bought them. That's just what they're valued.
I know, but if they're valued at 1.2 billion and Google kept on their rampage of buying everyone, if I was Google, I would not buy that.
I will
company.
kick a puppy if Google buys Rovio.
I personally think they got really lucky with Angry Birds in the fact that it's one of those addictive games. It only costs $1, and anyone can get it if they have pretty much anything that's out there today.
Yeah,
So
I mean-
I think they just got lucky. I don't think they can make another game that could be worth it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Next story is pretty much just I'm just saying lol. That's funny. Fruit Ninja Connect. That's all I have to say.
Yes.
Funny.
Dude, you know what's great about this? Like, if someone came back from the war in Iraq or some, like, long absence from the U.S. and they walk in to see one of their loved ones just, like, slashing the air, that's gotta be one of the best moments of your life, hands down.
It's a great idea. I'm gonna say that it's a great idea because I wasn't a huge fan of Fruit Ninja for the iPad, iPhone, whatever device you want to play it on. I know a lot of people like it. I think it'd be kind of entertaining to play on the Kinect. All I have to say is I'm not a huge fan of Kinect, but it'd be entertaining. So
Agreed.
funny.
Well, in the same sense that I also kind of like playing that one dance game on the Kinect that's just totally worthless. I feel like this game is going to be the same way, as are most games for the Kinect, I
Yeah.
would say.
It's a party device.
Okay, let's move on.
All right,
Battlefield
so
3 trailer!
let's end on this this piece of news.
Okay.
Holy crap!
The new one. Well,
Yes.
actually, all of them, but the new one in particular.
Yeah, the one we're talking about is the newest one. The link is in the description. This just came out. It's the one where they're talking about 64 players. It had PC footage. Dear God, this game looks amazing.
Yes.
The one thing that I didn't like, I got into the Battlefield series on Bad Company 2, and the tanks always seemed overpowered to me.
Oh,
But
no.
everything looks incredibly balanced, and I'm probably just going to get in a jet and fly around in circles for the first 24 hours of my online experience.
Yeah, good luck getting into a jet. People are just going to camp in the jet spot. Hey guys, I need some help over the objective. Just screw you, I want my jet.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, I have been with the Battlefield series ever since Battlefield 2. It was called Battlefield Modern Combat 2 came out. And I played that game as much as my parents would let me. Like, every single minute of my life was just spent on that game. And I've been with it ever since. And this, by far, I'm just so excited for the new Frostbite 2 engine. Like,
Yeah,
it just
Frostbite 2
looks
really
awesome.
That was, yeah, watching that trailer, the first thing I thought was, dear Lord, this game looks amazing.
Yeah, it's introducing something that we've never had in previous video games, at least previous popular video games. Destructible, like fully destructible terrain.
That also looks good and has integrated lighting and just like everything about it is awesome.
Well, okay, Josh, keep in mind what you have seen is PC gameplay, which is, oh.
It's still, you know what? I bet you it looks just as good on the 360.
No, there's no way.
Think so.
There's no way.
The difference is going to be extremely minimal.
No, dude, you have not seen games on a PC that can run well versus a PC that can run crappy and something on the 360.
I might be wrong, but I still think it's going to look really good on the 360.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
EA, or not EA.
And like, in my personal opinion, once you get to that point, like, improving it doesn't really do that much more for you.
Oh, no, it's just icing on the cake, but
Yeah.
it looks really nice.
Yeah. And one thing I've always loved also about Battlefield and their engine is, you know how in games like Call of Duty when an explosion happens next to you, like everything is just like drowned out and then you hear a little like near, near, like you guys remember that, like
Call of
back in
Duty
Call
doesn't
of Duty
do that.
4. In Call of Duty 4 it did.
Really?
And it was really funny. Yes, it made this
It
little
did
like
what?
never mind. What I like about Battlefield 3 is I saw a video on their sound prioritization and just how like cool and realistic it is. Just because they had a demonstration where there was a radio playing and then a rocket came up and blew the side of the house and just kind of like drowned out the sound of the radio. You know, it was a really simple demonstration, but I think a lot of different aspects of Battlefield 3 are going to just make the game great.
I think that's also going to make a huge difference for those of us that actually have nice headsets. Like, because if you're listening on TV volume...
Okay, dude, the Turtle Beach is not that nice of a headset.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
My headset is a lot nicer than yours.
Dude, you have the wireless version of mine.
No, I don't. I have, like, the 3rd generation. You have the 1st.
Man, you guys, we should make a Murray show.
Okay, you know what? I've listened to your extremely expensive headphones, and they do, like, I I would agree that they're better quality, but the difference is minimal as compared to the headsets that I have.
Whatever. Hey, my headphones came with a free iPod. I'm not complaining. Alright, well that concludes news. And I don't know.
Well, it seems like this is where we would start wrapping things up, correct?
Yeah.
So I would say, to anyone who does listen to this, this is a first-time thing. So we're still experimenting with stylizing and what we talk about and how we talk about it. So if you have any ideas or any comments for us, be sure to send Zero Gravity Gaming some sort of message. We don't typically get a lot, so we'll definitely respond to you.
We would love your mail.
We love interacting with our community.
All two of
which, all two of them. So yeah, we appreciate you guys watching this or listening to this in a sense.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
All right. Anything you want to say, Josh? Josh?
I was gonna come up with something creative and punny, but it didn't happen.
No, not happening at all. All right. So yeah, this has been we're gonna call this Zero Gravity Madness. This is our first podcast. We may continue this just because it's fun, and we're whatever. But please feel free to contact us. Anyways, this is Kyler, and I will see you guys later.
Bye bye.
Peace, bros.
Baby